What's up, guys? This is the Joe Meglio show. I should pronounce your name right? All right, so we had some questions go in through my fan page that we wanted to get you some training questions in.
Awesome.
Megs is guilty of breaking all strength records here, so that shit's pretty annoying. But truth is, Megs is a beast, stud coach, trained a lot of baseball players here. He's basically our head coach here, and then when we're not training athletes here, you've got your baseball crew coming in and some other athletes. So some of the questions coming in, they saw you benching. What was that video? How was the speed bench?
315 for 3 reps, pretty easy.
Pretty easy. 315 for a triple, close grip, which is if you see it, it's fast. That's a very big bench. Close grip nonetheless, not a wide grip. And how old are you?
22.
22, and what do you weigh?
Right now about 215, 220.
So over 100-pound bench press for 3 reps for speed. So it wasn't, a grinding.
No.
Boom, banging it out. So what was let's talk about, we'll give them tips on upping their bench.
Yeah.
What was your bench press before you started that one program?
Before I started that program, I was probably about 275 for 3 with the close grip. And then after 6 weeks, it went up to 315 for 3 with some of the tanks still. So
yeah, so 40 pounds in 6 weeks. And that program was inspired by
Christian Thibodeau, yeah.
Christian Thibodeau, longtime writer for T-Nation. So let's talk to us just, number one on keys to getting strength, stuff that you've learned since you are not even a year out of college.
Yeah, 6 months ago.
But this is like the first time in a long ass time that now you're not training for sport,
yeah.
So you just train to fucking get strong as hell.
Hells yeah.
Some of the things that you picked up of like the different training programs you followed that help you gain strength consistently, quickly, and also injury free.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say sub-maximal training has been key. Like Jim Wendler's 531, the sub-maximal program.
Yep.
The one I followed to take my bench press up 40 pounds was sub-max also. And basically what I was doing was, it was the principles of Olympic lifting applied to the power lifts. So I was using high volume, not a crazy high intensity, and just moving the bar as fast as possible. And that's where I saw my best increase in my lifts.
Sub-max is basically leaving reps in the tank.
Yeah.
So what was like an average number of sets, like working sets on the bench press? So you would bench press, how many like working sets was it?
Basically my max training weight for the day was, it was 85% of my 3 rep max. And then to work up to that, I started with 135, put on 20 pounds each set till I got to my max training set. And then from there, I would just cycle down 10 pounds, up 5, back down 10. And then
in one workout, you go up to your maximum.
Yep. And then from the working sets, I would hit my max, back down 10, so that would be the second set. Up 5 would be the third. Up 5 again would be the fourth, and then back down again.
Do you go to that heavy one to like spike your nervous system?
Yeah, and then you would. By the time you got to that, the weight just felt lighter, and it was just really constantly training speed, and it was.
And the reps were friggin' fast. I saw you training. So all in all, it would be like you do maybe like 10 sets.
Yeah, so at least definitely before I move on to the next movement.
At least I saw you do it on benching, military.
Yeah, and board presses also.
Board presses.
And my squat and deadlift.
And squats and deadlifts. So, look at Vin Diesel. He walks in, he always doesn't know what to do. This guy's been here like 2 years. He's always confused. Talk to us now about benching for baseball players. Just not pitchers, but just off-season. I'm a catcher, whatever. My focus is hitting. Maybe I'm an outfielder, second baseman. Can I bench press in the off-season, and like what are some guidelines for it?
I think it depends on the athlete. You need to weigh the risk reward. If he's a young athlete who needs strength in the upper body, we'll do some Swiss bar floor pressing.
Okay.
Huge fan of the neutral grip. Even when we do dumbbell bench press, we'll only use a neutral grip. Throw fat grips on there for the lighter sets, and then for the hard sets, we'll just keep that neutral grip throughout, for sure. And with older athletes, it depends. If he's already got a solid foundation of strength, you really need to question if taking his bench press up 10 to 15 pounds is going to make a huge difference in his performance. So it really depends on the athlete and where they're at in their development.
Okay, so what about pressing in general? Overhead pressing, that was like another question on the fan page. They said, all right, this is like, are we not allowed to overhead press with pitchers or baseball players? In season, I know we stay away from that, but you know, off season, let's say you've got a high school athlete that's got a nice foundation. Can they military press with barbell, kettlebells, dumbbells? What do you prefer? What's the rule?
Yeah, I think
is there a rule?
I think if it's a high school kid, you know, he's playing multiple sports, relatively healthy.
Yep.
You know, there's nothing wrong with overhead press. And I'd probably rather have him do that than the bench press anyway. I just think it's a better movement overall for strength and power development. So with more experienced guys, my college guys, we don't overhead press really. The shoulders are already taking a beating in their sport, so we generally stay away from that. We get our shoulder work in through pressing, or dumbbell pressing or push-up variations, and then tons of scap work and stuff like that. But so that's pretty much what we do for that.
So when those guys do the training here, I notice they start out, they do a lot of box jumps, explosive med ball throwing, a lot of mobility work. What are they doing? Full body workouts, upper, lower?
Yeah, it's full body with the emphasis on upper or lower on one day. So say day one, so let's say squat day, we'll throw in some extra pulling or some upper body work as well. The extra upper body work is just going to be geared towards their weaknesses, and most guys it's upper back.
What are you doing for upper back? What's like some of the
pull-ups, farmer walks for sure. I think farmer walks are the best movement ever. There's not many exercises that are going to train your grip, your abs, your legs, and your upper back. So it's just a great bang for your buck exercise. Pull-ups for sure. I like doing those in between sets, 3 to 5 in between sets, especially with guys who can't do a ton of them, because it's a great way of building up some volume.
It's like grease the groove.
Yeah, definitely. Before you know it, they do 30, 40, 50 pull-ups at the end of the workout, and that's going to translate to, doing 10, 12, 15 in a row.
That's better than a lot of the wrestlers here.
Yeah.
Now, what about squatting? When they're squatting, only safety?
Yeah.
Can they squat this way? Is, even if the younger guys, no good? Or what do you think?
If you have access to a safety squat bar, I would just use that. If it's an older guy and they don't have access to that, we stick to a front squat. Just because
this way, or?
Yeah, right here, cross grip. Just because I don't like having them in external rotation. If it's a young kid, he's playing a couple sports, then that's fine. But if he's specialized in baseball, it's probably not the best idea to have him in that position. Safety squat bar is awesome. I use that bar pretty much every week whenever we squat, every time we squat.
Squatting. So let's finish this out. So we went through huge gains in strength, which primarily came through like high volume dynamic work. So kind of borrowing from Olympic lifting. They're doing 8, 10, 12, 15 sets of 2 to 3 reps. Talking about the baseball players and no need for, the bench press, I think from an athletic standpoint is just don't chase the numbers, focus on performance. Let's finish off with, you got an extremely strong deadlift. You tend to do double overhand grip. What's your best double overhand grip deadlift?
Best double overhand, 455 for one.
For one. And what about this? Over under?
The mixed grip, 600 I hit.
600 pounds, and that was when you did the powerlifting meet
at
198. Yeah. We had Megs do a little wrestling weight cutting on the bike. He loved it. He wants to do that again. So tips for getting a big deadlift. How is your deadlifts? You're almost at triple body weight. You're 215. You did it. You did 600 at 200 pounds.
Did triple body weight.
So you did triple body weight. Most people are just trying to do a double body weight or 2.5 times body weight is like this big standard. What are some exercises to get a big deadlift? Do you have to deadlift more? What has worked for you?
I think I'm just built to deadlift, so I didn't have to deadlift a whole lot to get my deadlift that high. I know some good indicators for me were my rows. When I was rowing heavy ass weight, I knew my deadlift was strong.
One arm row, barbell row?
Yeah, one arm rows for sure. I love heavy dumbbell rows. Other good things are glute bridges and hip thrusts. That will help with the lockout. Yeah, I like them with the barbell, or I love loading them with the chains on the single leg stuff. Or sandbags are great also. So that's going to help you finish your deadlift and help with your lockout. Off the ground, I like deficit, pulling from a deficit. That's going to help build starting strength, or pulling against bands and chains also. that's good stuff. But for me personally, I knew rows helped a lot, and just experimenting, getting my right stance. Some guys like to go sumo, modified sumo, or conventional. Finding out where you're strong is the key also.
Did you get your, did you do the program, the Christian Thibodeau program, the high volume speed work with the deadlift?
Yeah, I did that. I was doing it with the trap bar for the last 6 weeks though.
Okay.
Because I'm working on my setup a little bit, trying to get my hips a little bit lower.
What was like your heaviest work on the trap bar for
I mean, it was real light. It was probably only like 365, which was super light.
Did it carry over to the straight bar?
I've deadlifted once heavy since then. And I hit 495 for an easy single. So, you know, I don't think the trap bar is much of a carryover, especially for a lot of athletes. They're quad dominant and they turn it more into a squat movement than a pure deadlift movement. But, you know, I don't think it had much of a carryover, but I think it helped in terms of speed for sure.
For athletes, what would you, for your baseball players, athletes, trap bar or straight bar?
I start them out on the trap bar. If I see that they're learning the movement well and they can move on to the straight bar, I like to get them into a modified sumo just because it's a little bit easier than the conventional to teach.
Yeah.
And it's not pure sumo where their hips are taking a beating. But yeah, definitely, I like that. I like starting with the trap bar, progressing them to the straight bar when the time's right.
Legit. Joe Meglio in the house, team captain at Underground, and that's it, man. Tips with Joey Meggs on how to get strong. Use them, do it, live it, and if we could flip the camera around, you see some of these like skinny ass wrestlers. Watch it, kids. Team skinny bastards.